All right, everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Had to feed the kitty there before I got started. You know, can't leave the prince of all kitties wanting for food there. He might gallet gun me and turn me to dust. So anyway, we're going to continue to work on my VGen Commission that I got from my friend Rainbow Dog, aka Carla. She also streams, so make sure that you check her out and also check out her YouTube channel. She's a really talented animator and illustrator herself. So, anyway, let's go ahead and let's hop on over here. And again, if you guys are having trouble hearing me, please just let me know in chat. I know the music yesterday was a little bit louder than my actual speaking. But anyway, this is what we finished up yesterday. We did the flats. I finished up some of the line work. What we're actually going to do though is we are going to work on the background. That way I can establish all the colors and all the lighting. That way she doesn't look like she's just like doesn't belong there. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn her off here and we're gonna work on this background. So this isn't the most exciting part, but you know what, it does need to get done. And so yeah, we're gonna do that. So let's see, figure out what is what here. So this is the wall in the background. Alright, so let's figure out some colors here. We've got a lot of purples, a lot of grays and stuff on the character, so I'm thinking maybe some like kind of like teals or something like that in the background. Something that's kind of like across from it on the color wheel. Ooh, my beautiful wife is here. That's exciting. So let's just play around with some of these colors. You know what? Maybe even some sort of wallpaper pattern might look good too, so we're not going to put too much effort into this background here because that's not going to be the main focus, and I'll probably end up blurring it a little bit. But would be cool to do, at least something that kind of... Let's check this out. Let's see how this works. That's kind of crazy, right? Let's see. We can do... I know Rainbow Dog uses a lot of these colors in particular in her artwork, so it might be kind of cool to have, some sort of like wild background here. This also might look like shit, and I might do something completely different. So I'm just playing around right now. Nothing wrong with just like doing some experimenting. So I'm gonna turn that off and I'm gonna see if I can find something else. I don't think she would really have... Well, this one might be okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling that. Maybe more of like a... something like this. That's kind of busy. We're gonna figure this out. I might end up just putting no pattern at all. This is kind of neat. Put that on there. Make it bigger. Might look nice with like some of this white watercolor splotch on it. We just do it really subtle. That looks kind of nice. Let's turn it down just a little bit on the opacity. That's pretty good for now. I'm going to adjust this color though. I think I'm going to make it a little more blue. Ooh, that looks nice. I like that. Plus, like, it should be more blue as you go back anyway. So we're gonna stick with that for now. And I don't think we need too much more detail because this is just like the basic wall itself. So that's fine for now. I'm thinking maybe the light source is coming from this, like, this lamp here, and then probably one also, like, I would think, like, above her would probably work out. That way, you know, she's not completely just, like, backlit. Because if I do a backlit, then she'll be kind of dark. Let's go ahead and turn this back on real quick and see how I feel about it. Let's see. Yeah, that's okay so far. That makes her stand out pretty well against the background right now. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe this will be like a kind of a weaker secondary light source, and then we'll have a little bit of light source here from like the monitor and from the tablet, and maybe she'll. Oh, I could do it like she has streamer lights, like she has RGB lights. Oh, I'm getting ideas here. Okay, cool. That would be cool, right? Alright. So, since we got that, I think what I'm going to do is I just need to do the flat, like, colors for everything first. So, let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to put things that are not on this actual wall, like above all this texturing here. So I'm going to turn on my reference layer here for my lines. That way anything like I fill in will be a little bit easier here. Oh yeah, I was going to grab some of her artwork. So I'm actually gonna do that on the other screen here. That way I don't dox her. There she is. I gotta get some of her artwork here because I got permission from her to do that. So let's do, I know she was pretty proud of this one, so let's go ahead and we'll save it. Let me find the right folder. We'll just stick that in her references for now. And let's find some other stuff that might be cool as posters. Ooh, this one's kind of cool. Do that. And you guys will get to see it in a sec. Of course. I just want to get a couple because I want to put some also on some of the other things that we have in the background here, including her like monitor. Try to make it like a believable scene here. Also, I really like Carla's art, so it's really fun to be able to include it in her commission here. Get a couple more. Oh, this one's amazing. Okay. And if I need more, then I'll grab some in a sec. So, let's go ahead and let's open these on the canvas. All right, let's see. So these through these. All right, we got some of Carla's artwork here. So that one looks pretty good as a poster. So does that. But I'm thinking this one here might be a good one. So I'm gonna make that an image material. And we're going to copy and we're going to paste it in here. And we can take this and we can make it kind of fit this. We'll probably have to do some adjustments here. That's okay. Alright, that's about the right size. So now we just need to kind of manipulate it so it fits in this little line work here, which is easy peasy. And kind of do like this because it's going to be a little warped anyway. And we can always like you know, cut off some of the parts that go over the lines. Because the lines for this poster image here are kind of like they're frayed, like it's been on our wall for a while, which I think is more believable. Alright, I'm going to lower the opacity on it here just so I can see the lines. What we'll do is we'll just go manually. And then we can take our color picker here and just like fill in, you know, some of these areas too. Oops. Ooh, that might be a different color. Let me grab it. Yep, that's a different color. There we go. I think this is going to look really nice when it's done. I'm excited. Especially for, like, you know, my first, like, New Year image here. I probably could have also selected the outside of these lines, but I'm already deep in doing this, so we're just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna get this off to the side so I have more room to see. I'm actually really glad that she gave me permission to use her artwork in the background. That's less I have to come up with, so doing me a favor, for sure. Alright, we can't quite see the lines here for this because it's like behind the lamp a little bit, which is okay. I'll leave a little bit behind it just in case I make the lamp a little like transparent, just to show that it has something behind it, has some depth. Alright, hell yeah. Bring that back up. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to desaturate it a bit. Because it's in the background, so it doesn't need to be super, super bright there. It's a little bit better. Alright, so I need some stuff for over here. So I can grab some of these other ones. Alright, we got that one, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. I like this one a lot too, so we're going to use this one. Oops. It's actually better for this shape over here, but I'm gonna make sure it's not gonna be covered. Yeah, it's gonna be covered. I still need an image there though. It's okay. We'll make this bigger and then we'll adjust it to fit the size. And for this one, I could just go ahead and use this. Make it a little more simple for me. Hell yeah. Alright, got that. I'm also going to desaturate that just a little bit. And I'm going to hit the lighten a little bit. There we go. Make sure I save my progress here. Let's bring her back up here so I can see. Alright, so there's just one more that kind of like peeks out here, and then these two spots here. Because I don't think I'm going to be moving her out of this position because I did the rule of thirds here. And I think she's positioned pretty good according to that. Alright, so little one down here. Maybe this one will be good for that. Give a little variety too in the colors. I think. And then we'll just trim it to fit in there. Alright, hell yeah. Okay, so now we need an image for the monitor and an image for the tablet. So let me go to my desk. Alright, we did that one. We did that one. I think this one would be kind of cool because it's like her like demon form of like the regular one here. So that might be cool to put on one of the things like she's drawing it. And what I might do, ooh, I should take like a screenshot of like the Clip Studio setup to put behind this. Or maybe I can find like a one on the internets. Well, let's see. I think that's probably an easy way to do this. Clip Studio Paint UI. If I can find a picture I can actually save, that would be great. So, you know what? I can literally just screenshot my own damn clip. I don't know why I'm like worrying about this so much. So let's do that. Do print screen. And we'll do paste. Paste. Is it just pasting the same image? It is. Damn you. Maybe I gotta open a new. I probably gotta open a new file. And let's do that as 8.5. We'll do it this way. There we go. We're going to chop this off. And we're going to chop this bottom part off. My playlist loves to play some weird Mars Volta songs here, so that'll work. Nice. All right, hell yeah. So what we're gonna do is get that color, and we're gonna take this and do that. I think that'll work. So convert image material, copy, and paste. And I gotta put it below this. Okay, go a little bit bigger. Alright, rasterize that. Make this like it's a layer. A little smaller. Then kind of free transform this to fit the way I need it to. So we get like somewhat of a perspective here. That. Actually, you know what? If I just skew it, it should be easier. Just do this number. Then we can free transform it. Alright, we're going to say that this is fine. And then do the same with this. Oh my god, stop playing Mars Volta, Jesus. Hey, Pensy. Hell yeah, you got a commission too? That's exciting. That makes me happy. Everybody should want Pensy artwork. Pensy artwork is best artwork. How's that? Still looks kind of funky. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Alright, so we're gonna that. Duplicated, and we're going to give it some glow here. Down to 50. Okay. Low dodge. Blur it some more. Bring that down a little. Add glow. Alright, that should look pretty convincing once we're done. Would you get commissions up, Patsy? I'm seriously about to go through and like just get rid of all the Mars Volta except for the songs I like. I just get really lazy when I add music, so I just like add the whole album in hopes that I'll find other songs that I like too. But that kind of bites me in the ass, so. Ooh, very non-safe for work. That sounds fun. Alright, so we got that. Let's find an image to also put on her monitor. I need to find one that looks like more like a desktop background. So let me bring Carla's X back up here. Let me find something that looks like a wallpaper we can use. That one's would work if it was a landscape, but it's not. Oh, maybe this one. No. Trying to find one that has more of like a landscape format. I'm sorry, guys. I should have done this before I started the stream. That's my bad. That's okay. Maybe I have one in the. That actually kind of works. Yeah, we'll do that. This one's looks more like a background. We're not going to be able to like super see it anyway, so because the her body's going to be taking up a lot of the space. Where's the image? Oh, it's up here somewhere. There it is. just gonna kind of make this fit onto the screen. Good enough. Ooh, an art challenge. I've got another commission I need to do after this one. I wish I had time for stuff like that. Doesn't mean I don't want to. I just, you know, I'm just busy. Oh yeah. I've seen his stuff. It looks really cool. He does it so fast too. He's just like insane. I don't know how he does it. Well, I mean, he must just be like super comfortable with like his workflow. Like I get faster when I'm like more comfortable with like, you know, what I'm doing. Ooh, I just realized something I can do too to make these look a little more like they're a screen. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do color. I'm gonna do chromatic aberration. And we're gonna lighten it up a bit here. We're gonna do like 50%. Now we'll do the same with this one. Okay. Color. Chromatic aberration. And we'll do that like 50%. There we go. Now it looks more like it's on the screen. Go ahead and save. Yeah, he's an absolute machine. I don't know how he does it. It's crazy. He's a crazy man. An absolute lunatic, if you will. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now that I got those, let me go ahead and let's finish up the stuff back here before I move on to the desk. So, need the cork board. Oh wait, this is still the desk. It's not what I want. The wall. What's this? Mystery layer. Go away, mystery. Well, actually, I can use that. Use that for the cork board. Let's do kind of around. I'm trying to think about what color cork is. It's kind of like this weird, like yellowish kind of color, yellowish brown. Something kind of like that. And I'm going to get rid of where I went outside of the lines here. Make sure I got this filled in up here. And down here. I feel like maybe even a little lighter might be better. Oh yeah, that looks better. Looks way better. And that's already got plenty of texture on it, so I don't need to worry about that. So now I just need like... Oh, I gotta do the floor down here too. So... do this. I think it'd be fine if we also give her like a purple floor that would kind of match. We'll do a lighter purple though. We're not really going to be able to see much of this, but it's okay. That down there. And let's do, let me find a texture for that. I guess I'll have to go down more. Trying to see if I have a texture that's kind of like cloth. Got some of this down here. Gravel, asphalt. There's a knit one that might work. Actually, maybe something like this. Oh, it's so small. See how it looks over it. Maybe not that one. I think maybe this knit texture probably look better. Yeah, that'll look better. Alright, so we're gonna convert this to color raster layer. Get rid of this. Let's do this brightness. Oh, maybe not brightness. What about soft light? Oh, it's because it's like the color of it. Maybe if I do, let's see. Maybe overlay. Wait, where did my purple that I had underneath go? That's weird. Oh, I must have accidentally deleted it. Oh, my dummy. Okay. let's just put that back. Do that. There we go. And I can invert the selection and do this. Bam. There we go. And I should probably skew this a little bit. And we'll scale it a little bit. Oh, wait. Hold on. Ah, that's what happened. Okay. I see, I see. There we go. I'm debating whether I want to keep that purple, maybe like a dark blue. Yeah, because that'll keep it, like, from mixing too much with the purples on the character, so. Okay, cool. So we got that. So now we need the lamp. And that's going to be in front of this stuff. I kind of want to make like the lamp have like a gold or brass. Well, actually this could be black and then this could be like an orangey color, so we get a bit of a different like variety here. So let's do that. That sounds good. So we're going to do it in kind of a similar way that we did for clothes. Fill some of this stuff in. We'll just make sure when we render it, it has more of like a metal feel to it. See if we can just kind of get this to cooperate, and then I can make sure it goes over the lines in a sec here. Thankfully, geometric patterns like this are real easy to fill in. Hell yeah. Now I gotta make sure that where it's darkened in also has the color underneath it, because I like to, like I said, I like to take all my colors and put them over my lines when I'm done. So if I don't do that, then these places that were dark will just be straight up dark. They won't have any color over them. I don't want that. Makes it look, it kind of ruins the effect, so. I was actually looking for this band yesterday. Let me take a look at it here in a sec. What's this band called? Hawken. Okay, I gotta remember that. Alright, let's get this a metal texture. Actually, let's do something like this where it's kind of like, looks like it's a little weathered, a little chipped up. These like watercolor textures are like really good for adding like a weathering effect to things. There we go. Hell yeah. And then underneath this, let's do kind of like an orangey color, because that'll give us a lot of like variety in colors that we can work with on the background here for like getting all sorts of like cool lighting. Oh, what the hell? Why is this not filled in? Alright, I'm gonna have to fix that in a sec. Here I was thinking I was Gucci, and I was not Gucci. And we could always change the color of this if we need to when we start working with it. So I need this. Oh, and it didn't apply the weathering to that part. Damn it. That's okay. I think it'll be fine. We're gonna leave it. Alright, awesome. Let's go ahead and, well, it won't let me save right now, that's fine. I don't know, this orange is kind of, maybe, oops, wrong thing. Maybe this color. It's a little more gothy. I like that better. Trying to decide whether I want to have it look like it's like maybe refractable a little bit. Let's see. Or maybe some sort of like pattern on it might be cool. Ooh, we got some deco stuff here. Kind of nice. I also don't want to give myself too much work on the background here because, like I said, it's not really the focus. Sometimes you have to dial back the creativity to make sure that the project gets done. Kind of thinking I might just leave it like that for now, just like as a regular light source. I think that's okay. Alright. So I got all the background stuff, so now I gotta put the flats on the desk here. We're gonna get rid of this layer because we don't need it. And we gotta trust the process because the colors might look a little weird right now, but then when we do the lighting, it'll look all good. So believe in me. Believe in the me that believes in you. Alright. I think I want her desk to also be kind of like a black. So we're gonna do this. And layer here. You know what? Let's make this easier on myself. Since the desk will be the base part. There we go. Let me just do that. I gotta fill in some of the stuff over here that didn't get filled in, which is an easy fix. Alright, so that's filled in. See if there's any other parts that need it. Oop, I gotta cut that out. That's not a big deal though. That's okay. Hey, it'll be like a co-working stream, you know? It'll like motivate you to, you know, do what you're doing. Alright, that's this one, right? Okay. So... that... There we go. Perfect. I think most of this I'm actually going to keep black, but I'll just change some of the things here, like this donut, this water bottle, maybe a little bit on the chair. Because a lot of it's going to be covered up by our character here. In fact, most of it, like, I don't actually even need to do that water bottle now that I'm thinking about it. So, probably just the chair over here. Oh, there's like a backpack or something back here. Yeah, because I gotta... At the end of it, I gotta cut out the chair and put it in front of her. So it seems like she's like leaning on the desk, and I gotta do something with the hair over here too. Let's get that filled in. There we go, that's all filled in. So we'll just add some colors to the chair then. Because this is what's getting cut out here. And we can do some darker colors on the... Maybe this is where I'll put more purple. Maybe we'll do it like this part. And then probably this. That's probably good. I don't feel like I need to do too much more otherwise. Maybe I'll do like... I should probably do some sort of pattern on it though, at least. Since it's in the foreground. There's some other things over here. I think those are supposed to be snacks. I don't know how visible they actually are. I might add that later. Maybe some scullies. Yeah, I think that'll work. Perfect. Make it a little smaller. Rasterize it. And we'll kind of make it so it's got like a little bit of a... Oh, that messes it up. That's okay. It'll be like that. Yeah, we'll just do it in the soft light. There we go. That looks good. Alright, I think that looks like a pretty good start here. So now we can start working on like the lighting situations. So we're going to start with back here. I'm debating whether I want to do some of these individual, if I want to do the overall lighting over top. I'm starting to think overall lighting over top is probably going to be the best way to go. Alright, hell yeah. Okay, so... what I'm thinking is... we're gonna do this like she has some like streamer lighting. So I'm gonna just start laying down some like kind of like RGB mix colors here. I don't know, we're just gonna throw down some like kind of random colors here. Alright, we can start with something like this. And reduce the opacity. just to emphasize that this is more of the background here. And then also multiply. I'll make it like more cohesive. And then we can add our light back into it. All right, now I need some hard shadows. Actually, let me do the light first. That'll actually make it easier. Actually, let's make that hard light. So we'll kind of have that as the light source. Then let's have some like kind of blue around here, here. Kind of almost like that monitor color a little bit. Like that. And we'll try to get more like that kind of streamer look here. Down. And let's do glow dodge. My computer will catch up. There we go. Glow. And then we're gonna blur that some more. All right, now let's do Let's do kind of like she has some like lights over here that are maybe like I have ones that are kind of like a rod like that kind of go across. But we're gonna kind of make it um like it's just kind of a glow from like across the room, like over here more. Just need to kind of angle this a little more. There we go. And then I'm gonna lock that layer. And we're gonna add some RGB to it. Some of this green. Some of this is like purple. And then we'll do like a bluish color kind of in the middle here. Like that. Unlock it. And maybe the other way. Just a bit more. I love that song, but we're gonna skip that for now. That'll work. Glow. Alright, so we got a little bit of that coming from this direction here. Do some color dodge, because that always helps. Just kind of in some of these areas here to lighten them up a little bit. That's looking pretty good so far. I think what we could do is we could put like almost kind of like a little bit of a lightning behind the head to have more contrast here. So maybe let's add a little bit of like a warm kind of just around the outside here. Just kind of cuts her out a little bit more. Let's darken some of these spots a little bit. Back here. where the computer is. We're just gonna kind of do like a little bit of an implied shadow there from that. Erase it a little bit. Actually, you can do, it's kind of shape the desk a little bit. Nothing super crazy, just a little subtle there. Alright, now we can do some hard shadows. That is overlay. Let's do, trying to figure out how these shadows should go. Should probably kind of go out and expand. And I'm gonna need her body shape too. I can actually do that manually here. Like that. Doesn't have to be exact here. And we're gonna also erase away here too, because this is gonna be supposed to be behind that. So deselect. I'm gonna kind of just do that so it's a little less. I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit around here too. And from over here, because we got some of these streamer lights over here. So we're just gonna give it a general. I'm going to use a little bit of a motion blur because I can change the angle on it. I think that's doing pretty good. About this way. I think that looks good. Make this more subtle. Some more Gaussian blur. More blur. actually think I want to put these below the light there. I think that'll look better. Yeah, it looks better that way. That way it picks up these like colors. And we just need a few more hard shadows for different parts here, like this cork board. I'm just gonna make it kind of just a little strip here. Need a little bit of kind of like behind this. We're just going to add a tiny bit of, because this is going to get blurred too, but I just want to make sure it looks like it's like kind of off of it a little bit. Again, this is not 100% accurate. I'm not like using a reference for this. And then up here, since it's actually like kind of folded, you kind of do like this. I could even actually, now that I think about it, give it like some kind of broad like wrinkles a little bit. It's been on there for a while. I'll make it a little more believable. Some creases here. I'm going to use this to make them pretty subtle. Looks a little bit better. Oops. There. Where'd it go? There it is. Alright, we're going to give it the same blur, but we're going to make it a little more subtle. Alright. And then some of the surface needs like a little bit of kind of like a gloss to it. Maybe some more like edge lighting. And then we can throw like a gradient map on it and mess with like the tones. I also got to do the lampshade here. So let's go up here. I want to do this too. Oh wow, it's super bright. I have to turn that down. Take that. And a little bit of some sheen here on this one. You know, it's got a little bit of a gloss to it. And then I'll take this. And that's not the work that I want. Okay, that's fine. Do where it's folded. Maybe some of these like broader parts here. Kind of try to do these like in between where I put the little shadows, just to show that it's kind of like a folded surface. Alright, I could just kind of do this. fade them out in a little, some of these places where it looks kind of weird. Let's turn that down 30. And we'll do a screen of it too. Oops, some of it got on the freaking lamp here. Keep forgetting I'm doing this all as one background layer here, so I gotta think about what I'm doing. Right, some lamp needs its own kind of. Just kind of make it a little rougher in some spots. I like that. Oops, the whole thing. Why? Stop doing the whole thing. Right. That's fine. We can kind of just go through and do this manually. And I kind of want this lamp to be like, almost like it's like refracting the light. looks nice. I like that. Just realized I need some more hard lights on this. I mean hard shadows. We're going to do that. Get the same color. We're just going to kind of add some shadows on here. Even though it is a light source, it's still going to have its own shadows. Again, I'm just spitballing here, so it's like not going to be 100% accurate, but just kind of thinking about how it might work. That, and it's kind of has some that I think if I have some that like kind of diffuses, so I'll use a airbrush. Oh shit, that's right, I gotta get the do this number. Keep forgetting I'm working all on one layer here. Alright, that looks more believable that way. So let's lower the opacity on it. Now we're going to blur it a bit. Maybe turn that up a little bit more. There we go. That's more visible. Oh, some of this came off the side. There we go. This is that. Thanks. Working on it. I think I need to add a little bit more influence from this. Turn it down a bit. There we go. It's a little subtle, but it works. Alright, let's give it a gradient map. So I always like to use these holographic ones because you get all sorts of like crazy variations in like the colors and whatnot when you work with it. Turn it down to like 20 though. Just like real subtle. And then let's do something that's more, a little bit closer to those RGB lights that we were, RGB, yeah. See if I can find one that kind of looks like an RGB. Yeah, something like this. What about this one? Maybe. That, and then do that with soft light. Actually, it looks like trash. Maybe not that. Oh. I just need something to kind of bring the colors together. That one works kind of well. I could also change the blending modes, of course. These kind of look good. Let's do this, and let's turn it way down to like 30%. And then we can kind of mess with it from here. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make the background black and white on this, and changing that to color. Alright, let's see. We can bring up this. Make sure that the values are like decent here. And the background should always be lighter than the foreground as well. I don't want to blow out that light though. That one light source. Alright, let's see how that looks. Looks pretty nice, I think. The background. So now that we kind of have the lighting for her, I can apply it to like the rest of the stuff too. So we're gonna take this and make a whole copy of all this. And my computer's going to hate me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, now we've got our copy. Let's go ahead and let's merge all that. And I'm trying to keep the layers separate, so when I go to do the other aspects of things, I can just refer to those layers. So I'm gonna put this whole thing in a folder. Label that as background. Duplicate and duplicates. 50 or maybe 30. Yeah, there we go. That's looking pretty good. Let's put it on the screen here. I think that's a pretty good stopping point for today. We got a bunch of the background done. Now we just need like the midground, and I can cut out that chair once I'm done with that and put it in front of her, and then we can start working on the character from there. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna throw you guys in the lobby. I want to thank you guys so much for oh my god, my voice is starting to go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I worked on this VGen Commission for Carla, aka Rainbow Dog. Make sure you guys check her out on all social media, on YouTube, on Twitch. Make sure you give her a follow. She's really talented. I will be back again on Friday to work on this some more. I'll probably work on it a little bit like in between that, but I'm sure I won't be 100% done, so we'll work on it more on Friday. If you like the kind of content I do, please follow me to see when I go live. If you really enjoy it, please consider subscribing. That would help me to continue to do what I do for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll catch you Friday. Bye-bye-bye.